Okay, so a few minutes ago the postman has delivered to me this box. Let's have a look what's inside it. I can say that I have no idea, but of course I do have a bit of idea what it holds. And it is the new Modelsvit Su-22M4 kit, which has just been released. And let's open it and see if I can and see what's inside. I know it's not easy. What we get is a decal sheet, masking for the wheels, of course an instruction sheet, and this is the M4 version of the Sukhoi. It has been anticipated for a long time that they will be released, and in parallel two versions were released. The Sukhoi 17M4, which is the Russian version, or the Russian designation for the type, and the export version, which is the Sukhoi 22M4. Usual high quality instruction sheet. This is the export version, which has a paint scheme for the Luftwaffe version, XGDR version. There's a Syrian aircraft and also a Czech aircraft, or Czech Air Force aircraft. Okay, what's inside the plastic? What's inside the bag? A lot of sprues. Let's have a look. There is a transparent, of course, in a separate bag. There are two versions, as I can see. One which is with the open canopy, and one with the closed canopy, and the seeker head in the nose of the aircraft also included, as well as some small bits and pieces from transparent parts. Before this, we already had the M3 version of this aircraft, and it was a long wait for the M4 version. The M4 version is basically different in that it has this strange fingy poo at the base of the fin, and well, surface is as usual from Modelsvit. I would say it's quite nice. There is little to say. I think the images can speak for themselves. This is the most important part of the kit, which is the new sprue. We get, of course, the ejection seat sprue, which features the late version of the seat. There are several sets with the bombs, several sprues. All sorts of versions of free-falling bombs. And there's one part which is fairly interesting, I would say, and which was typical. And as you can see here, it's for the M3R version, which is the reconnaissance version, but most of the M4s carried also the KKR container, which was the reconnaissance container under the belly. And they also had a electronic countermeasure pod on one side of the aircraft, and they had a multiple rocket launcher as a counterweight on the other side of the aircraft. The wings. Some nice details there. If I didn't say before, this is 72nd scale. That's the interior of the main wheel bay. And this is one of the wing fences. The other wing, which is basically identical. This is the cockpit. And we have the usual way from Modelsvit, where they have the intake trunking and the cockpit sidewalls as one part. There you have the nose, the floor of the nose bay, of the undercarriage bay, two versions of the coaming under the windscreen. You have the instrument panel, two versions. This is the afterburner ring holder, the flame holder ring. A fairly busy, I would say, back wall of the cockpit. Here you can have some time in painting it. The engine face. As for the size of the ring, of the flame holder ring, you can see my finger there. It's fairly small. Those are the main gear doors, the wheels. They come in two parts, I would say, so to avoid any sink marks inside them. The gear legs and a lot of small stuff like this support for the gear, some very fragile and delicate parts here. This is frame F, which has different parts like the pitot, one pitot, the second. It has the ASO flare dispensers to be put on the back. Some of the intakes, engine cooling intakes, I see a little bit of sink mark there, but it should not be a problem to correct that. Specific for the M4 version, the fin with a lot of pylons and the horizontal stabilizers, and of course some fuel tanks, the big ones, some pylons, and some additional panels on the underside of the aircraft. Okay, and we have the decal sheet, which is, this is for the ex-German aircraft. Very finely printed in traditional screen printing, and so the quality is extremely high. Of course, you get the decals for the instrument panel and for the cockpit instruments. Some of the squadron markings, Syrian, German, a lot of stencils, and the Sukhois did have a lot of stencils on them. And also a small photo edge for all the small details that you need to add from a photo edge. Nicely done. Okay, I would say this is it. So this was the surprise from my postman this morning, and it is a nice surprise. Oh yes, we also have the masks for the canopies and for the wheels, the paint masks, so one can do the work more easily. Have fun, whatever you do. I do hope that Modelsvit, and they did announce that one of the future releases will be the Hungarian version, the M3 version, which has the Tumansky engine instead of the long Lulka back. And here's a confirmation on the box that the M3 version with the Tumansky engine will be coming somewhere soon, as well as a Polish Air Force paint scheme. Have fun modeling, and see you next time.